Welcome, everyone. And if you
Hi,
can,
Terry. This is Gloria.
hello. Nice to see you,
I,
Gloria.
I just wanted to make sure that I'm registered. I can't stay because I just got home in the car with groceries.
Well, if I can see you, you're registered.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Love you all. Bye bye.
By now. And so, welcome to everyone else. Paula, Maria Luisa, Sharon, Holly, Carolyn. Who else is here? Zahir, Ilana. Yes. All right. Let me clear my screen because I was sorting things out in the background. Um, and Holly, Holly, if you could copy the links that I put into the chat for those who have just joined, or maybe do it later.
Sure.
Some wonderful links. And then during this webcast, I'll be playing, I keep telling us not to. My screen is saying, giving me messages, and I'm saying, please stop. Anyway, during the webcast tonight, we will be viewing a YouTube video, and that link will also put into the chat, but it'll also be in the email that I'll be sending out later. And let's see, we are live on Facebook. Good. Wonderful. So welcome to all of those that I cannot see. And this only started about 5 minutes ago. It's purification for those who understand it. So tonight, and let me go back into the background and make sure that I can bring up, that's the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start by sharing a PowerPoint presentation because it keeps my thoughts in order. How's that for transparency? There we go. So that's the wrong side. Come on, up, up, up. There we go. So tonight is about your money story. And what does that mean? We all have stories. In fact, boy, a lot of years ago, there was a thick book. I did a graduate study on it. It was literally 2 inches thick. And it was translated later into, I can't even remember the title. It was too many years ago. But we all have in the book what was called a sweatshirt with a message on the back, sometimes on the front. And the message represents one of our stories. For example, poor me, I've got a wooden leg. For me, it was poor me, I've got brain damage, because I did. But I made it my life story. Some of us also have, well, all of us have money stories. And so the story that we have is what's in our life now. Good, bad, or okay. And so notice the intonation. Okay. Well, that tone means it's not okay. So our money story is created by our thoughts. What we think is what we create. And you've probably heard that before. And so I would ask you, don't say it out loud, please, but what thoughts are on your mind? Rent coming due? Well, that was a recurring thought for me back when I was in my 20s and 30s. Well, 20s, yeah. Food for the week? I was very careful to make sure I had enough food. Car needs repairs? Oh, that went on past my 20s. Yeah. So those were the thoughts that I had in my head. And what we think is what we become. I wish I had known that then. However, conscious thoughts are responsible for only 5 to 10% of what we experience. So we may have thoughts running through our mind, but they're created in our subconscious. The conscious mind, responsible for 5 to 10% of what we experience. But who's the boss? The rest of that 90 to 95% of our thoughts are subconscious. They're down there. I think of it as down there. Wherever that is, there's a load of stuff there. I used to call it programs. Dr. Rulin Xiu, the string theorist, the physicist, quantum physicist, she says, negative information. Information can be positive or negative. And so if we're worrying about anything, we're creating negative information, or we're engraving it more deeply. It's like when I was 9 years old, I think, I was a Cub Scout, and we went over to the den mother's house. There were like 6 or 7 or 8 of us, 9-year-old boys. And one night she gave us all a piece of wood, soft piece of wood, about, it was probably about 5 inches tall. Well, it was flat. And so if it was lying down, it was only 1 inch tall. But then it was like 8 inches wide and 5 inches from further away to towards you. And she had ironed on a pattern of it. That was the technology back then. And then she gave us each a burning iron with a special tip on it. And as they got warm or hot, don't test them with your finger. I did. My finger turned white where I touched the tip. Yes, it was hot. It didn't start hurting right away, but it taught me a lesson. Do not touch the tip of an iron to see if it's turned on. So our subconscious, when we were using those burning irons to follow those lines that were ironed onto those little pieces of pine, the longer we held the iron on the pine, the more the hot tip charred the wood. To char is not just to turn it black. The longer you hold your tip there, the further it'll go down into the wood. So we engraved, or whatever the term was, we engraved that pattern, whatever it was. We all had different ones. So that's what's in our subconscious. And when we repeat a story, positive or negative, what we're doing is, as an example, we're burning that pattern more deeply into ourselves. We're creating a more powerful program. And so if we're chanting like we were listening to at the beginning, love, peace, and harmony, I love my heart and soul. Wow. That's a very powerful statement, program to engrave into our subconscious. I love all humanity. Oh, I would love to engrave that more deeply in the leaders of many countries. Yes. So what we say is what we create, what we experience, what we create. And who's the boss? Well, if someone owns a part of a company and they have 5 to 10% of the stock, they may be the CEO of the company, but they aren't really the boss. The boss is, if there's another person who has like 90 to 95% of the stock, there's the boss. So our subconscious dictates our money story. And when we change our subconscious programs, we change what we experience. Now, here's a challenge. How do I do that? I can't see my subconscious. Well, there's a clue right there. Using Tao technology. Now, there are many Tao technologies. There is Tao Song, Tao Water, Tao Calligraphy. The one I want to focus on, though, a very important one, is message. And most people don't think of that as a Tao technology. We can create negative messages. I hope I can get my car fixed before it falls apart. Well, our subconscious doesn't hear everything we say. It says, oh, car fall apart. And one of my favorite stories was when a friend of mine down in California was driving home and her old Volvo started making some funny noises. And she started singing Love, Peace, and Harmony. And she got almost all the way home. The car finally died next door to her house. There's another story. These are true. A woman's washing machine wasn't working. And just started singing Love, Peace, and Harmony. And the washing machine started working. That's amazing. So using Tao technology, Tao Song is what we say. Tao Calligraphy is what we write. But rather than for me to talk about it, I want to introduce you, for those of you who do not know Francisco Quintero, he is the leading teacher of the Tao Academy, and I'm going to share with you this special finances gift. And you don't have to, I'm going to copy and paste that right now because you can't do it on the slide, but I'm going to put it into the chat so that you can click on it and have it. One moment. Click. Click. There it is. And we'll also put that into the email that you'll receive after this. So now I have to close this screen and go to another screen, which I have conveniently located right next to this. You may not hear it yet. I want to make sure I turn the stuff on.
A key area
Come on, share. Why are you not sharing?
for your finances.
There we go.
Is an energy center, actually. This is the level of the navel. It's right here. It's called lower Dan Tian. This simply means in Mandarin, the lower energy field. Okay? This is the key for energy, for stamina, vitality, immunity, and one more. It's the key to transform your finances. Why? Some of the messages, the negative messages related to your energy, your stamina, your vitality, to your immunity, your financial, all the negative messages around your finances, think of it like a storehouse. They're being stored here. So when we develop this energy center, we're boosting our energy, stamina, vitality, immunity, and at the same time, we're boosting our finances. We're transforming all those blockages, okay? So let's do the practice. There's a sound. It's very simple, okay? It's simply ha. This is the sound. Ha. Say it with me. Ha. 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 Very simple. It vibrates the cells in this part of the body. It vibrates your lower dantian, okay? When you chant ha, you're creating a cellular vibration, the energy starts to move, and the blockages start to transform, okay? So let's do a practice for that. So let's sit up straight. Put your feet, your ankles touching, and then put your feet out like a penguin, like Charlie Chaplin. And then your hands, put your hands in this position. It's called yin-yang hand position. Put your hands out in front of you. Grab your left thumb. So grab your left thumb. Wrap your fingers around. And then place it right below your belly button. Okay, close your eyes. And relax. Relax the crown of your head. Relax your neck, your shoulders. And totally relax. Breathe into your lower abdomen. Take a deep breath. And we're going to visualize a golden light bulb. That it starts at the root chakra. It starts at the base. And then it rises up slightly to your lower dantian. And it radiates there. Okay, so it's just a golden light bulb that's just moving from the first energy chakra. It's between the genitals and the anus, the root chakra, and it goes up to your lower dantian, which is slightly below your navel. So it's not really making much, it's just moving up slightly. And you visualize the light there. Okay, think of the sun. And we're going to chant ha in one breath. So take a deep breath, and we're going to chant ha. Ha. One long exhalation. Deep breath. Visualize the light. Again, deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. This is step one. Step two, we chant. Just listen. Ha, ha, ha. And we repeat that 4 times. Deep breath. Ha, ha, ha. Deep breath. Ha, ha, ha. Deep breath. Ha, ha, ha. Really feel your abdomen explode. One more time. Deep breath. Ha, ha, ha. Pause. Feel the energy, the vibration. Now we're going to sing a song, okay? It's a Tao song. It's a mantra. We're going to post it here for those of you who are new, okay? And you could follow along. If you already know it, close your eyes and you chant along with me. Okay? Deep breath. Ha-ya, 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 yo. Ha-ya, ha-ya, yo. Ha-ya, ha-ya, ha ya ya, ha ya ha ya ha ya ha ya ha yo. Again, deep breath. Ha ya ha ya ya yo, ha ya ha ya ha yo, ha ya ha ya ya, ha ya ha ya yo. Notice how you feel. How does the energy feel in your lower abdomen? Take a deep breath. And relax. And now we're going to introduce another step. We're going to trace Tao Calligraphy. Okay? I brought out here a Tao Calligraphy that will help to boost your lower dantian, bless your finances, okay? Your immunity, your stamina, vitality, okay? So put your fingers together, your 5 fingers together. So we're balancing the 5 elements. Each finger is connected with one of the major elements in the body. So we're healing the 5 major organs, the liver, the heart, spleen, lungs, and kidneys. Heal the 5 elements, you're healing the whole body. So that's why we put the 5 fingers together. Okay, let's start here on the top. And repeat after me. Dear the Tao Calligraphy, for the lower dantian, in Mandarin it's Xia dantian, please boost our energy, stamina, vitality, immunity, transform our finances. Thank you. Okay, so let us begin. Just go around the circle. Just feel the energy. The circle is source. It's Tao. We go around 3 times and once inside. Xia. Lower, Dan, Tian, lower energy field, lower energy center. Then go all the way to the top and repeat. 1, 2, 3, Xia. This is oneness stroke calligraphy. It's helping us to create oneness in our body, to realign, to reconnect to the Tao, to bring that oneness energy into our body, to heal. Okay? And then we keep repeating. Okay? Now, we're going to do the same. We're going to trace the calligraphy, and we're going to chant the different the practice that we just did with the 3 steps, okay? So let us begin. Deep breath. Ha. Deep breath. Ha. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Step 2, deep breath. Ha, ha, ha. 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 One more time, deep breath. Ha, ha, ha. Step 3, this time we're just gonna remember it, okay? If you don't remember it, just trace. Ha, ya, ha, ya, ya, yo. Ha, ya, yo. Ha, ya, yo. We say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Heaven, Mother Earth, the Tao Calligraphy Healing Field, and you thank your own soul, heart, mind, and body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you.
I invite you to close your eyes now and feel. Just become aware what you're feeling, what your energy is like,
1 is 命宫.
what your
Everybody touch your
internal,
navel. Go to straight forward to the back.
there we go, what your internal state is. Just wonder, just be aware. Technical issue with getting the slides to come back up. So you should be able to see that now. So if you've watched this video before, and I know some of you have, and if you're not yet showered with money, well, me too. And why? Because we weren't connected enough. Dr. Rulin Xiu, the quantum physicist, started teaching about connection. I think it was like 7, maybe 8 years ago. And I just didn't get it at all. For about 3 years, I kept wondering, what's connection? What's connection? So obviously I had some negative information in my subconscious. So it's taken me in healing 17 years to see the results that I do now in my life, because I simply didn't understand what connected meant. So it's important. In fact, it doesn't matter what we know, what we've received, what we think we know, what we have. If we want to transform, it doesn't matter how many blessings or downloads we have if we don't connect with them. So what I invite you to do is to close your eyes again and just become aware of your breath. You can say, "Dear my mind, I love you." You have the ability to observe how my body breathes itself. Do a great job. Thank you. And dear my mind, on every exhale, turn off fully and completely for the entire exhale. Rest and recharge. And so as your mind is focused on watching how your body breathes itself on the inhale and turning off on the exhale, you, the observer, the watcher, the higher self, whatever terms, you can hear my voice. You may be aware of your mind turning off and turning back on and wondering how your body breathes itself, watching. So I'd like for you to go deeper and just listen. You may never have done this before at this level, not like this. So just listen as I guide you to go deeper and deeper than you've ever gone before. Imagine that Francisco is still tracing the calligraphy, the Tao calligraphy, because in the Akasha, there's no time or space. If you're familiar with Lao Tzu, now some of you were probably on the webcast as Master Zhi was translating it. The Tao Te Ching, Tao Kadao, Fei Chong Tao. What can be observed is not the reality. It's a piece of it. It's what we're capable of. So wonder. And then I invite you to, with every in-breath, change the message that you sent to your mind and change it. Dear my mind, I love you. You have the power to observe how I receive a fresh infusion of life force with every in-breath. And every exhale, remember to turn off fully and completely for the entire exhale. Rest and recharge. Thank you so much. So with every inhale, as you receive that fresh infusion of life force, as your mind wonders what that means and wonders how it can tune into it, just be aware as the observer. You may be able to perceive light, love and light coming into you, high frequency and vibration, Tao level with every inhale. And with every exhale, the mind turns off fully and completely for the entire exhale. If it doesn't, just remind it, dear my mind, I love you. On these exhales, turn off fully and completely for the entire exhale. Rest and recharge. Thank you so much. And so as the body breathes itself, and as we, higher self, original soul, observer, witness, whatever, however we think of this, let go of the mind and just be aware. With every in-breath, your body is being given a fresh infusion of life force. And as we do this, with every in-breath during this exercise, or any time that we do it, it's a wonderful meditation. Imagine your heart chakra expanding with every exhale. Inhaling the light, love and light comes in. And every exhale, your heart chakra grows. Inhaling and exhaling, the body will do that We don't need to do anything except observe. That's one of the keys. Just observe what's going on, knowing that we only perceive a tiny bit. And so we can give ourselves direction. Master Sha calls it a soul order. Dear, all the Shen Shi Jing of my being, all of me, I love you. You have the power to expand your heart function. You have the power to increase your awareness. Do your best job. Thank you so much. So with every inhale, this is like pulling into the gas station, only instead of regular or high-test gasoline, you're getting aviation fuel. And your car is going to go, oh boy, I got more power now. So with every in-breath, we receive that fresh infusion of life force. The more we're aware of that, the more we're able to put it to work, to capture it, however you think of it. Don't think, just observe, just breathe. Then every exhale, the heart chakra expands a little bit more. And so just wonder, gee, I wonder how big my heart chakra is now. Is it outside of my body? Because there's no limits. Oh, well, is it outside of this room? It might be. But don't tell your mind, don't get into the mind and wonder and try to find out, how big it is. Just be aware of the natural rhythm of your breathing. Yin and yang. And now I invite you with every inhale to draw, to desire that your heart chakra comes back toward its original size. It's like your soul's reaching out and pulling it back in. And as it pulls it back in, it's capturing all of the frequency and vibration that was outside of it. And so you're condensing love and light. Every inhale. And then the exhale, just let the mind go to sleep, turn off fully and completely for the entire exhale. And now, with this last breath, just desire that your heart chakra be all the way back to its original size when we started. And then ever so gently, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play the video again. And what I will ask is that you just focus on it and feel it. You might have your eyes closed.
A key area.
There we go.
For your finances.
Going to move the slide forward. There we go.
And then your hands, put your hands in this position. Put your hand.
You can just rest your hands in your lap. I'm moving this toward the calligraphy. And so at some level, you're aware Where's the calligraphy? Here it is.
Boost your lower dantian, bless your finances, okay? Your
Allow this
immunity, your stamina,
book to
vitality,
breeze
okay?
in the tree.
So put your fingers together, your 5 fingers together. So we're balancing the 5 elements. Each finger is connected with one of the major elements in the body. So we're healing the 5 major organs, the liver, the heart, spleen, lungs, and kidneys. Heal the 5 elements, you're healing the whole body. So that's why we put the 5 fingers together. Okay, let's start here on the top. And repeat after me. Dear the Tao Calligraphy, for the lower dantian, in Mandarin it's Xia dantian, please boost our energy, stamina, vitality, immunity, transform our finances. Thank you. Okay, so let us begin. Just go around the circle. Just feel the energy. The circle
With every
is
inhale,
source. It's Tao.
you're receiving a fresh infusion of life force.
Go around 3 times and once inside. Xia.
Ask your soul
Lower.
to trace the calligraphy,
Dan.
and without even looking, just feel.
Tian. Lower energy field.
When you receive that
Lower
fresh
energy
infusion
center.
of life
And
force,
all the way to the top. And repeat.
with every inhale, imagine it
1,
contains pure gold,
2, 3.
gold light.
Xia. This is oneness stroke calligraphy. It's helping us to create oneness in our body, to realign, to reconnect to the Tao, to bring that oneness energy into our body, to heal.
This is
Okay? And then we
reconnect.
keep repeating.
More and more.
Okay?
deeply.
Now, we're going to do the same. We're going to trace the calligraphy, and we're going to chant the different, the practice that we just did with the 3 steps. Okay? So, let us begin. Deep breath.
Be patient.
Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Step 2. Deep breath. Ha, ha, ha. 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 One more time. Deep breath. Ha, ha, ha. Step 3. This time, we're just going to remember it, okay? If you don't remember it, just trace. Ha-ya, 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 yo. Ha-ya, ha-ya, yo. Ha-ya, 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 yo. Ha-ya, ya ha yom. Haya, 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 yom. Haya, haya, yo. Haya, 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 ya. Haya, 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 yom.
Thank you,
So,
thank you, heaven.
With your eyes closed,
The Tao calligraphy.
just imagine
Thank your own soul heart.
that you're still receiving a fresh infusion of life force with every in-breath from source. And as you receive that fresh infusion of life force, what happens is that you transform. So we don't need the calligraphy. We don't need the sound. What I invite you to do is just as you breathe, just imagine every in-breath you're receiving a fresh infusion of life force, because we do. And every exhale, what happens? Well, the mind turns off and rests and recharges. And so what occurs is some kind of creation, I would imagine. So I invite you to, as you're ready, to come back and reflect on what your experience was. And you can share if you would like to in the chat room, or if you'd like to unmute, you can share live, because I'd like to know, what was your experience? Anyone? Takes a while to
Thank
chat.
you, Terry. I feel energized. Energized after, the lower dantian practice. And then a lot of times when we do the breathing practice and asking our brain to rest, I feel sleepy. But today I feel like I have more energy. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else care to share? So sharing is sometimes appropriate, and sometimes it's just the desire. I remember the other day I was on a webcast, and I just did not want to come out of that state that I was in. And I said, no, sharing is caring. You got to post. So I made myself post. And thank you, Ayana. Feeling peaceful and grateful. Yeah. Gratitude is so powerful, so important. So the calligraphy is on YouTube. Hi, Sally. And you're sleeping. Yeah. So I am warm. I'm alert. And I hope I'll be able to go to sleep before 1 a.m. It's like a few minutes before 8 o'clock my time. And so quite a few hours before 1 a.m., but that was my experience the other day. And the reason is, we can connect more and more deeply. And so you may not, jumped ahead too many slides, yes. So how old are you? Please don't answer, but just think, subtract 6 from the number of years of your age. Because the first 6 years were just like a sponge. We don't have any filters. Information just comes in. I remember reading the research on that, and it finally sunk in that, man, I'm really not responsible for what's in my subconscious. Well, for it being there. But I do have the responsibility for cleaning it up. Otherwise, I will continue to experience what I have before in my life. And it might be more pleasant, might be less pleasant. But I don't want to take a chance. So how old are you minus 6 years old? 6 years. It's taken us that many years to get here today. So the odds are that you are not going to fully transform tonight unless you connected sufficiently. But here's the good thing. You know how little kids will ask, can I have a do-over? Well, yes. We have the most loving divine that when we apologize and say, that's called a forgiveness practice, and say, can I have a do-over? Like, well, of course, my beloved son, my beloved daughter. So yes, you can have another opportunity. You're going to receive this recording. And it's in the chat room. So Holly, if you could post it again, because some people may have come online after that and they wouldn't be able to see it. So if you haven't fully transformed tonight, and we won't know until the next couple of days, what are our finances going to be like? Today, I was looking at my invoice for my car insurance and reading the coverage. I was in a car accident about somebody else's fault about 1.5 years ago. And we have personal injury protection, PIP, $15,000. And it got all used up. Ambulance ride in the hospital. It's pretty expensive in the United States. And I thought I was going to have to pay it back out of the insurance settlement. But then I noticed that I have a 6-month premium of $347 for that. So I've been paying for it. And so I sent an email over to the attorney. I don't have to pay that back, do I? I'm still waiting on the answer, but I bet I don't. So that's like a $15,000 blessing. Wow. So we'll have another opportunity to connect and to practice because we have free will. And so each day we choose what we do. 5% of us is conscious. And so if you can't force yourself to do something, guess what? The subconscious is the boss. It's 95%, 90 to 95% of what we experience in our life. But if you keep saying, no, I want to play it. No, I want to play it. No, I want to play it. I want to improve my finances. Then I became able to do, when I first started chanting, trying to heal myself back 17 years ago, I could only chant 5, 6, 7 minutes a day. I'd go blank. I think, okay, I'll do this in a minute. I got to go get a drink of water. 2 hours later, I go, oh, I didn't chant, did I? And Master Zhi had said, you need to chant 2 hours or more a day. 7 minutes or less. That's why it took so long. So play the video again. You'll get it in the email. May take a day or two, but we'll get it to you. So thank you for choosing to be here. I'm Terry McGill, and this is not my message. This is ancient truth brought to us by Master Zhi, who has accumulated, who's searched and researched, and then he's been able to connect directly. Says he doesn't have a live teacher anymore. So I'm very happy that you were here and look forward to seeing you another time. Until then, I'm Terry McGill. Thank you for coming. If you came later and you didn't experience everything, well, you're going to get the recording of the PowerPoint slides and my voice. But more importantly, Francisco Quintero leading us in the Jindan. Transform your lives. And it may be slow. It may be 10 cents more every time you trace. But if you trace enough, there's a tipping point. And I remember I went over one tipping point with one of the aspects of my health issues. And I was like, wow. Once that teeter-totter tips, then it's all downhill. Still have to practice. Still have to keep your thoughts clean, clear, and excavate deeper, more deeply. But it's doable. Thank you for coming. Good night.